guys, it's Erin. On my Instagram, it got highly requested for me to do my coffee house experience story, so that's what I'll be doing. So I guess I'll start from when I first woke up, because from there it just kind of went uphill. So, I woke up and I set an alarm for everything, because there was no way in heck I was gonna be late for meeting Hunter. So I set an alarm for 9 o'clock, I think. And so I woke up and I'm I was just I didn't even, I thought I was still dreaming or something. But, so I woke up and I remember exactly what I ate. I ate a bowl of raspberries, blueberries, and a banana. Because I legit could not, eat a breakfast because I was so, stoked for what was to come. So I ate, and then I took a shower, got ready, did my makeup, and we left. Well, we had to be in I live in Connecticut, and we had to be in Massachusetts to meet him by 2 o'clock, so we left at 11:30. So we drove there, and as we're driving there, we passed Lady Antebellum's, not their tour bus, but it was and I don't know how to explain it, I don't even know, maybe I have no idea, but it was a bus that had their faces on it. So that was cool. So we passed them and we waved at them, and I guess he knew we were going to the concert because we looked excited, I guess. I mean, obviously. So we're waving at him, and he's like, "Hey," and we're like, "Ah." So we passed the bus, and so we got there. We could start coming in the parking lot too, and my mom and I got there at 1:30. So since we got there at 1:30, we're just you know what, let's just go drive around. So we went to the grocery store nearby, and we got chips and stuff because we're gonna do tailgating, but that never happened. I'll explain later. So we got chips and stuff and salsa, and so we checked out, and then by that time, I guess it was 2:05 or something like that. And so we go in the parking lot, and we get our tickets, and I was just... Oh, no, before that. So we're in the parking lot, and we start walking to, the will call box office area, and I'm oh my gosh, I forgot Hunter's present. By the way, I got him a mug, and it says, "For the love of music," and then in parentheses, "and coffee." And then I got his dog Cole a toy, and it was a squeaky toy in the shape of a coffee cup from Starbucks, and it says Starbucks coffee. Get it? Because bark. Dogs bark. So I was oh my gosh, I forgot Hunter's present in the car. And so I run back to the car, and then I had to run all the way back to the thingy place, box office. So we wait there, and then I met Julia, who was my bestest internet friend. And so we met there, and we were just speechless, and because this was my first time meeting Hunter, and I believe her second time, so we were just completely I don't even know, but we met, and then they started to let us in. Before they let us in the area, they had this lady Jill, who was Hunter's person thing. She was over rules, kind of the basics. Don't be rude. I don't know. So she went over the rules, and then we got let in, and first there's this gate, and we're on this side of the gate, and then we come to this side of the gate, so we're still in the same place, just 2 feet away. So once everyone's on the other side of the gate, this lady Jill, she brings us through this place, and then we're in this tent, and it's the coffee house area, and I could not believe I was there. I could not believe I was looking at the stuff I was looking at, because I never thought in a million years that I would actually meet Hunter. So we're in the coffee house area, and we get all this merchandise, a package kind of thing, but you pick it up, and does that make sense? You walk in, and then you pick up the merch. Anyways, so I'll show you what I got. So first you get, it's a tumbler, I guess you'd call it, water bottle, and it says Hunter Hayes on it. And then you get a pack of playing cards. I haven't opened it because I already have a pair from the Tattoo Your Name tour. So this is my my fourth pair of these playing cards because I go to with my mom to every concert. So I might give these away or give it to a friend or something. So we got playing cards, and then we got this tote bag. It says, "I had coffee with Hunter Hayes." Woo! And we also got this other stuff, but it's like around my room, so I'll show you. So we got, where is it? This lanyard, and that's the one side of it, and then this is the other side, and it's like you wear it around your neck. And then we get this poster right here, and that's what I had him sign. So yeah, what else? So we walk in to the coffee house area, we get all that stuff, and they have like this photo booth thing, but it's not like a photo booth, it's more like an iPad on, what do you call those things? An iPad on, you know, the thingy. So they had an iPad on that, and they had like a photo booth app. So my mom and I did some photos. I'll insert a picture here of it. And then I was like talking to Julia, and we're just like talking. I can't even remember, like I don't even remember what we were talking about, because it was just kind of like that feeling of like, oh my gosh, Hunter Hayes is gonna be in this room within 10 minutes, like. So we're talking, and then I hear my mom go, "Aaron, Aaron," and I'm like, and we're in a tent, so it's like outside, and she points to the outside of the tent, and there is Hunter Hayes just casually just like walking up to the tent, and I'm like, I literally just went like this, and I started running to my seat, and you're in groups of 5 people, so I just start like bolting to my seat. And by the way, I made such great friends with the people I met at Coffee House. Like, everyone there is just so, like, nice and friendly, and you both have something to just, like, fangirl over and to connect over. So I'm still friends with, like, 2 of those people I met at Coffee House that were at my little table. So Hunter just walks in, and I think we applauded, or did we applaud when he walked in? No, we applauded, or we just said like hi or something. And then he went to this table behind me, and everyone else was just like looking, like it was like so casual for them. I'm just here like staring at him, because I'm just like, guys, Hunter Hayes is like right there. How are you not just like staring at him? So anyways, he's just like right there talking to the people, and my mom and I are just like not believing any of this is happening. So he's over there, and I had my gift next to me, so I had like my hand on my gift, like ready for when he walked over to hand it to him. So he was done with that group, and then they walked up and took pictures. And it takes like 30 minutes with each group of 5 people. So they took the pictures, and I didn't know he was going to come to my table next. I thought he was going to do like a circle clockwise thing, but he comes like just like straight to my table looking at me, and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god. So he goes around the table and he hugs everyone, and I hugged him, and I'm just like, I almost cried, but I didn't want to cry because I didn't want to like weird him out. So he hugged everyone, and I remember this, and I still laugh about it. When he hugged me, his scruff scratched my, my right shoulder. His scruff scratched my right shoulder, and I'm just like, I don't even care. That is the best pain in the world. So his scruff scratched my shoulder, and then he hugged my mom, and then he just like went around the table, whoops, and he went around the table and hugged each person, and they were just like, so how are you guys? And we're all like, we're good. And then he asked us where we're from, and then I handed him my gift, and on the bag it said to Hunter and Cole. So I gave him the bag that said the writing on the side, and it was like facing him. So I picked up the bag, and he just goes, Cole, and I'm like, you're looking at my gift, my handwriting and everything. So he goes, oh, cool. And so I handed it to him, and the first thing he took out was the mug that said the thing on it. And he looks at it, and he was like laughing. It's like, oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you so much. And then he asked me, did you make this yourself? And I have no artistic ability at all. So I'm just like, no, I actually got it custom made for you. And he's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And so he takes out the letter I wrote for him, which was very long. And so my mom told him, you might want to wait to open that because it's probably very long. And he just goes, thank you for that. And I'm like, So then he took out Cole's gift, and he was like laughing, and it was so funny, and like it was so casual. Like I was so nervous before I met him. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like barf on him. But it was just like he's so just like laid back and just like so friendly. You think you'd know him forever. Like he's just so easy to talk to. So then we just made conversation, and people at my table asked questions. I asked, was there like a moment, like I didn't mean it to come out this way, like I meant to say something totally different, but I was just like in a different place at the moment. I said to him, was there a moment when you realized you wanted to be famous, or have you been wanting to be famous your whole life? But I really meant to say, have you wanted to do music your whole life, or was there like a moment when you realized that's what you wanted to do? But it came out completely different. So he says something along the lines of, I don't really consider myself famous, or I didn't really want to be famous. I just wanted to do music my entire life. And then he just kept going on about how every night when he gets off stage, how he just loves his job more and more each night. And yeah. And then he's like, so you guys want to take pictures? And I'm like, yeah. So we went up, took pictures. I was the first person to go up with him. And then I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey. I'm like, can we do a hugging pose? And he's like, sure. So we go in for the hugging pose, and it was just like so amazing just like to hug the person who you just like adore. And so I'm just there like doing this hugging pose with him, and I'm like, is this really happening? So she takes the lady Jill, the one who brought us in the coffee house, she's taking our pictures. So she took our picture, and then we went in for our third hug, and we both say at the same time, thank you so much. And I remember, like, when he first came to my table, I remember that the song Thriller by Michael Jackson was playing. Like, I just vividly remember that song playing. And so I walk away. Sorry, I keep going back and forth with things. Like, I just keep remembering things that are happening, and I go back and forth. But so I walk away from the picture, and then my mom goes to meet him and take the picture. And she says to him, thank you for making my daughter so happy. And he looks at me and he smiles and he says, God bless you. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So my mom and him take the picture, and I walk back to my table. And as I'm walking back to my table, Julia looks at me and she does like this squeal. And we both like high five each other. And Hunter looks at us and laughs. So then after I go back to my table, I was like texting my friends and Instagramming stuff and just freaking out. So then he goes to every table eventually, and I went by. Well, he was in the actual tent area, like the meet and greet area, for like I was about to say 5 hours. I don't know why. 2 hours. So it was he was in the tent from like 2:30 to 4:30. So then he eventually is done with every table. And he comes over to me and he grabs my shoulder and says, thank you so much. And, like, he, like, looked into my eyes and said, thank you so much. And I couldn't, like, believe, like, he came over to me specifically and he, like, wanted to thank me. And I'm like, oh, my God. And the people at my table were like, Hunter, don't forget the gift. So I'm holding the gift, and he takes it from me. And the lady Jill, he got other gifts that day, too. And so the lady Jill, she says, hey, Hunter. She has, like, all these gifts in her hands for Hunter. And the lady Jill says, Hunter, you want me to take that gift for you? My gift. And he goes, actually, I think I got this one. And I'm just like, you're holding. So then he walks out and he waves to everyone. And I saw him walking out with my gift. And I wanted to take a picture, but it's one of those things where you're just like, you're looking at it, and it's just kind of like you don't want to take a picture because you just want to look at what's happening. And he just walked away with my gift, and I swear I almost burst into tears. And I did when I was walking out of coffee house, and I just started crying. And oh my gosh, I couldn't even believe it. So then, after coffee house, me and Julia and my other friend Sarah, we all met up. And even though we met Hunter already, we were just like, you know what, why not try to look for the road race key? So we look, like for like what, like 2 hours. We just keep looking for this key, and we're tweeting Road Guy. We're like, hey, dude, where's the key? We've been looking for like ever, and turns out the key was at this like preschool daycare thing, and a little kid took the key and like he just like threw it away, and we're just like, really, like he just like threw it away, and like we were just like so like I know I'm like we knew we met Hunter, but we were honestly the only ones looking for the key. Like everyone else was at this like tailgate area, and we're like running around the arena like looking for this key. So fast forward like 30 minutes, we're in our seats. Julia is sitting next to me because it turns out her ticket is like right next to me. And so we're just like, hey! So we're just like sitting next to each other. And so Sam Hunt comes on, and he was on point. He was so good. And then Hunter comes on, and we're just like freaking out. Julia and I are fairly close to the stage. So Hunter was easily like looking at us every now and then, because I guess he like recognized us from Coffee House. And so at one point during Tattoo, he looks at us and he goes like this, and he points at us, and we're just like we both look at each other, me and Julia, and we're just like, did you see that? And she's like, yeah, I saw that. And we're just like, so I'll insert a video now if I found that video online for you. So Hunter goes off stage, and it was just so amazing. Then Lady Antebellum went on, and they were amazing too. And during Lady Antebellum, Hunter came out for like 2 songs of theirs, 2 or 3. So Hunter came out for some of the songs, and he was so cute because at one of their songs, he comes out, and they had to, because he's short, if you don't know, he's like 5'6", but it's like adorable. So they brought out a stool for him during one of the songs, and he's like standing on the stool next to Lady Antebellum, and it was so funny and awesome. So yeah, that's what happened at the day I met Hunter, and easily I can say it was one of the best days of my life. Like, it was so magical, and I am forever thankful it has happened. So if you don't think you're going to meet Hunter, don't say that, because you will meet him, and you will remember it forever. So yeah, bye guys!